How's it going, everybody? Ed Ricker here with the Mavic 2 Pro, and my friend Dart. What do you have?
Hello. This is your old Mavic Pro, but it's now my new baby.
I sold it to him because he needs a drone for his videography business. Dart actually makes a couple appearances on my channel. You've recorded things for me too.
Yeah, once or twice, yeah.
So he's never flown a drone before.
Never.
He wants to do it properly. He doesn't want to crash, is that right?
That's right.
I don't want to see my old Mavic get crashed either.
I'm as beginner as you can get.
The Mavic 2 line, both the Pro and the Zoom, have dual controller mode now. It's just within the last couple weeks that we've been able to use this. So you can fly a Mavic 2 Pro or Zoom with a secondary controller as well, and that way I can teach Dart to fly and still be able to override the controls. He can control the camera and stuff as a secondary operator.
It's like when you're driving, you're practicing for your driving license.
Yes.
You're in the passenger seat in case.
With the extra brake pedal and stuff like that to override control.
I need that because it's my first time.
So if you have a Mavic 2 Zoom or a Mavic 2 Pro, you can use dual controller mode. Right now you can only use it with iOS, Apple devices. He has an iPhone, so he's going to be using his phone, and I'm going to be using my smart controller. The good thing about this is the Pro 1 and the Pro 2 both fly pretty similarly. So you get a feeling. The remote control feels very similar, very similar. So let's get off the ground and see what we can do.
Excited. Let's do it.
All right, so first up we have this landing pad by Freewell Gear, which I'm going to kind of use as my staging area, and that's what we're going to be taking off from. We got the Mavic 2 Pro, and then we have a Mavic 2 controller. The Mavic 2 Zoom and the Mavic 2 Pro controller both are the same type of controller, so we're going to use one of those. We're also going to be using the smart controller for Mavic 2, and together we're going to have a primary and a secondary controller. You could also use two Mavic 2 controllers as well. Let's just set up the controller real quick. All right, we got your phone. This is the iPhone 7. We're going to slip it in the controller arm and then attach that lightning cable that we just put into the controller arm right there. And we're gonna power it on. So we're gonna press the power button once and then again and hold it. It says connecting. I'm gonna boot up the smart controller as well, and those thumbsticks also screw in. All right, we're gonna turn on the smart controller as well, and then finally we're going to turn on Mavic 2 Pro by pressing that power button once and then again and hold it until it comes up. Now here in the smart controller, we're gonna hit Go. This controller is already bound to the Mavic Pro, the Mavic 2 Pro. So we're gonna bring up the app, and we have our image. All right, now on Dart's phone, we're going to go to DJI Go 4. Now we have to bind Dart's phone with the Mavic 2 controller here to the Mavic 2 Pro as a secondary controller. We're going to go into the general settings, and we're going to hit the controller icon there and go to the bottom, and it says linking remote control. Now, go ahead and get a shot of this, Dart. We say linking remote control. We want to make sure we're going to secondary. Secondary remote control. Okay. Now it's beeping. Now on the bottom of the Mavic 2, you have this little button. This is the bind button. I'm going to press it. There we go. Remote controller linked. So now, check this out. We have the primary remote control here on the left. We have the secondary remote control on the right. How cool is that?
Wow.
And now I can give you this one, Dart, and then I can use this one, and we can go through a little training session.
Awesome.
All right, so we're moving the launch pad over here so that we're not directly underneath some trees. We're gonna face the drone outward so that it's pointing away from us, and that way our left-right orientation is going to be left-right with our brains as well. If it was facing this way, then drone right would be our left, and that might be kind of confusing when we first take off. So we are facing outward. On the remote control, it says compass error, calibrate compass. So I'm gonna tap the top right there and go to calibrate. So Dart, I'm gonna let you do this. So basically you're holding the drone and you're going to be spinning 360 degrees so that it can calibrate the compass. So go ahead and pick up the drone.
Okay.
Hold it off to one side of you. Turn so that you're orbiting around the drone like this. So go ahead and turn and see how he is not moving the drone through space, he's moving himself through space and orbiting. Okay, it's good. Now on the app it says point the nose down, then rotate 360. So go ahead and point the nose down, do the same exact thing. And wait for it to update. See on your screen?
Oh, nice.
There you go. Compass calibration is complete. So go ahead and put it down.
That was easy enough.
Yeah. Now see how he's facing the drone away from him. So as he takes off, his left-right orientation with both his body and the drone are the same. All right, Dart, we're going to take off momentarily. Let's get behind the camera.
All right.
This is actually exciting. This is the first time I've tried to use dual controller mode. And Dart, we're going to go ahead and see what we can do. So we have an altitude limit GPS. Flight altitude is 400 feet. That's just what we can fly here legally in the United States. So let's see, can you take off? I wonder, yeah. So secondary remote control looks like it has the ability to take off. So I'm going to be monitoring this closely with the primary control. Dart, on your left of the screen, you see that little takeoff icon.
Yep.
Go ahead and press that takeoff icon.
All right.
Slide to take off. And I'm gonna start recording while we do this.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, so it's hovering at 4 feet. It's beeping because it's sensing us. So let's go a little bit higher here. And so with your left thumbstick, his left thumbstick, he's going to be pressing up.
Left thumbstick up.
Nice and easy, nice and easy. Okay, now press forward with your right thumbstick. So up with your right thumbstick.
Okay, up with the right.
Yep. There we go.
Okay.
Keep going, keep going. Just get a little further out. So you see distance is 13.
Yeah.
Make that say about 40.
Okay.
So Dart has officially taken off for the first time.
All right. Yes.
And I'm monitoring closely with my controller here. So if he does get into any trouble, I can override what he's doing. I want to try that actually. Go ahead and throttle up. So left thumbstick up.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and override what you're doing. So you're going up.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go down. There we go.
Oh.
So I totally overrode what you just did. So
Drats.
if you were going towards something crazy, or maybe there was a plane or a helicopter going overhead, and we wanted to get down fast, and I wanted to take over, I could. So Dart, keep going here.
Right.
So we're going to make a turn to our left. So go ahead, left thumbstick left. That's yaw.
Right.
Go ahead and turn left. Yep, there you go. He's rolling.
Right.
And now to the right, yaw to the right. Okay. So now with your right thumbstick, press up, which would mean you're going forward.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so you're going forward away from us. Now stop doing that and go ahead and come back toward us a little bit by pressing down with your right thumbstick.
All right.
Okay, stop there.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, you get going pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now with your right thumbstick, push it to the left,
All
and you're
right.
going to move left through space.
Right thumbstick left, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Awesome.
And do the opposite, and you can get a feel for what right would be like.
All right.
So even though we see what the drone sees with the first-person view essentially right here, we do always want to make sure that we can also see the drone line of sight so we know where it is, because there are some trees kind of behind us and up ahead. So if we're kind of like lost in our controller here and we're pointed out that way, we could end up running the risk of backing up into the trees and having a bad day. So let's, we have 82% battery life. You can see on the right of the screen, you have 82%.
All right.
So let's go ahead and raise it up to 100 feet this time.
All right.
We're getting a little
Ooh.
So you're actually 165 feet high. Here it
Right.
says 50.
I think I'm in meters.
Oh, he's in meters. That's why. Okay. Go ahead. Let's change that real quick. Go ahead. Measurement unit. Yeah. Imperial.
All right.
I was wondering why he wasn't climbing as fast as my controller said he was climbing. So you're actually 164
164.
feet.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. So go ahead and this time we're going to pan to the left. So go ahead. Yep, there you go. Yawing to the left, and you can see the Raleigh skyline.
Oh, wow. It's a great view.
Get a little closer to it. I mean, we don't have to go really far, but just like start going forward. You're pressing up with your right thumbstick to go forward. You are 350, 400 feet away. You're high enough that you'd clear any of the trees around here, so that's good. That's one of the things that you want to make sure that you are not going to hit trees as you go around. So if you're over 150 feet or so, you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to be clearing all the trees nearby.
Okay, so it's 516 feet away. Is there a rule on how far away you're supposed to let it get?
Technically, you're supposed to maintain line of sight. So right now, we do see it. It's just a dot, you know, it's very hard to see.
Right.
Technically, you're supposed to keep these things within line of sight with the unaided eye. But if you still are line of sight and you're not being blocked by trees and buildings, you're going to be okay. You're going to be able to at least accomplish what you want to do. Oh, you got a bunch of, you got a bunch of like,
Oh my gosh,
what is that?
It's getting attacked by a swarm of bees.
That's bees?
Yeah.
You got bees attacking
A
you?
swarm of bees attacking.
Dude, how about you just get the hell out of there? I mean, you're not going to be taken down by bees, but that thing's going to be covered in bug guts.
Hey, oh shit.
We got a bee here too.
Okay.
Here,
Oh fuck.
I got it for you. Go ahead and handle your bee issue. Dude, we're cutting up some bees, man.
Coming this way.
We are cutting up some bees. Let's just get out of here, man. I'm going to press forward. So here's a great example of why dual control is good.
In case I get attacked by a bee.
Dart had a bee that was kind of messing with him here, and it was messing with us both. And then we also had bees trying to attack the drone. So I said, you know what? I'm going to override the controls here, and I'm going to take over for a second. Just get out of here.
It'd be cool to look at that later.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I've never had bees attack my drone before. All right, so now I want you to control your camera.
Okay.
So on the left side of your control, go ahead and show the people on the camera. Right here, on the left side of the drone, or the controller, is a dial. That's gonna be your up and down panning of your camera. So go ahead and pan up and down with your index finger. Yep, or just whatever you wanna do.
Okay, look at that.
You can pan down. Yep.
Wow. That's awesome.
And go ahead and pan back to the horizon level so we can see that skyline again.
That skyline.
Yep. Now you can control the sensitivity of how the drone flies. You can control the sensitivity of how the camera pans up and down, how fast it pans up and down, and stuff like that. Also, we're in auto camera exposure mode. So right now we have auto iris, auto ISO, auto shutter. Eventually you might want to start doing manual settings with that if you want to really fine tune what your image looks like. But for now, we're okay. UPS, I'm generally happy to see UPS because that means I'm getting a package. Go ahead and touch on your screen. And so he's gonna be just touching on his screen and dragging. So go ahead and press. There we go. So now you're just moving the camera. Go ahead and press even harder to the left. You'll eventually see, yep, there's part of the drone. Pan up yeah, see?
Oh.
So this is a cool thing. You can control with his screen the camera as I'm moving around. So I'm going to be moving, let's go left. Go ahead and keep controlling the drone. Keep controlling the
Camera.
The camera, yeah. So he's controlling the camera with his finger, and I'm going to be controlling the movement of the drone. And this way, we can really get a good tandem control situation.
Let's try and find us. Where are we?
Let's see. I don't know. Where are we? There we are. Okay. So he's got us centered up. You can actually see the side of the drone there. I'm going to turn the drone a little bit, and then you go ahead and center up the camera again on us. That way we don't see the side of the drone.
Where are we? Oh, there we are.
Now it's also important to remember, I'm not sure if we did this when we first took off, is you tap to focus. So Dart, go ahead and tap on those trees, and you have focused on the trees, and that means that everything's in focus that we want to.
Nice.
Sometimes you can take off and you haven't done that, and then it's a little blurry. It happened to me yesterday, I totally forgot, and I kind of forgot here too as we took off. But it's good to remember, if you're trying to get a shot that really counts, make sure that you've tapped to focus, and then you're good to go. Right below the record button, those are your camera settings. Go ahead and click there.
Okay.
And then up on the top row, you see, in the middle, you see a little camera icon. Go ahead and click that. Okay, video size, go ahead. And let's change that to 1080. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And now we can select our frame rate. Let's go 30, I guess, or whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can get out of that menu.
Right.
Okay, we got 54% battery left. We're shooting in 1080 now. So now Dart's going to bring it back, and we're going to do a landing. That's the second most important thing besides taking off, right? There are two different ways you could do it. You could return to home. Go ahead and press your home button and hold it. Keep holding it. All right. So it is returning to home automatically. Now, if we just let this go, it will indeed return to home. But what we're going to do is instead stop. So go ahead and hit the pause button right here. All right. So he has stopped return to home, and that pause button is very important if you're getting into trouble or you see that your return to home is making it go to, through a bunch of trees. You can pause the return to home and then return to home manually. Now, one of the important things to do, and I'll do it on my screen, is set your return to home height. So we're going to go to General Settings. We're going to go to the quadcopter icon at the very top. So you see right here, I don't think you actually have this. I have to do it. So some of these settings you can't do in secondary controller mode. So check this out. We got the little drone icon.
Yeah.
Return to home altitude, 60 meters. That's pretty good. That's was it like over 180 feet, right? Mm-hmm. Something like that. So that's going to enable us to return to home above trees and buildings that are around here. Right now we're somewhere up there, but we're going to return to home manually this time. I'm going to let you do that.
Oh boy.
Another thing to remember whenever you're flying around here is if you get into trouble, you don't know which way to go, just take your hands off the controls, because this thing hovers by itself. And so if you're not touching the controls, that means it's staying in one spot. You can take a breath, you can get your bearings, you don't have to panic or anything or maintain a constant active control. Just take your fingers off the controls and hover for a second.
Okay.
We have 40% battery left. Let's bring it back. So go ahead and find us in the shot and start flying toward us in a controlled manner.
Okay.
So go ahead and we'll just turn the drone.
Let's see. All right, I'm gonna point it down and I'll spin it around. Let's see, where are we? Let's see.
A little harder. I think we're to the left.
Down.
Also, check
there
this out.
There we are.
You see on the bottom left of the screen, we have a GPS icon. That actually shows where home is, and that's where it took off. So the H stands for home. Go ahead and tap your map there on the bottom left. See that map? There we go. So there is our map. We can see where we took off and where the drone is. And you can see there's a green line that's connecting the home spot to where the drone actually is. Also, that red triangle is showing which direction the drone's pointed. So that means that we have to turn a little bit to the right in order to face us.
All right.
So go ahead and turn with your left thumbstick.
Oh, left.
And just yaw to the right. There, now we're facing H. Okay, bring it in.
We're down, right? Where are we?
Yeah, come bring it down. Okay, and then forward. Okay, now tilt your camera up so you can still see a little bit, because you're tilted downward a little bit. All right, now go ahead and look straight up. See where we are? So you're pointed that way. Okay. So go ahead and yaw to the left so that you're actually pointed that way. We're gonna back it in. Yep, there we go. All right, now we're just gonna line of sight it. Okay. So from here, don't even have to look at your screen. Bring it in. You're bringing it down. And we're gonna try and land on this pad.
Okay.
Yep. Now bring it down with your left thumbstick down. And just bring it nice and slow, you know. Yeah. And once you get about 3 feet above the pad, that's when we can really make fine adjustments. Okay. So bring it down. You're good. Okay. Keep bringing it down, keep bringing it down. And just keep pressing down. Keep pressing down. There you go. Awesome.
Woo!
All right.
I did it.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, hey, you got it on there. You might have nicked a grass blade or two, but you got it.
Does it have bee guts all over it?
Yeah, I wonder, do we have bee guts? Yes, we do. Look at all these bee guts. This is all insect. That's crazy. Huh. I've never been attacked by bees before, man. That's crazy.
Okay.
Press the battery and then press it again and hold it. So once briefly and then, yep, there you go. All right, so that was Dart's first flight with a Mavic. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, he's gonna be using his Mavic Pro, but we use the Mavic 2 Pro today because that's the only way to do dual control mode.
My baby.
How was your first flight?
It was awesome. It was awesome. And you're a great teacher. And, you know, they're pretty user-friendly.
How do you like the dual control mode? The ability for me to kind of help
I definitely
you out?
liked the backup. And so I hope I don't crash this one.
It's good for training. It's good
Yeah.
for tandem flights if you want someone to focus on controlling the camera while someone else is controlling the drone. There's just a lot of, also maybe search and rescue. Can you imagine tandem control if someone's controlling the drone to find somebody or something while the other person is making sure that they can maneuver the drone? It's just a lot of good applications. Part 2 of this video is going to be us actually setting up his Mavic Pro for him and so you understand how it works so that when you go home, you can fly it by yourself with no dual control mode confidently.
Okay.
So, you ready to do that?
Yes.
Stay tuned for the next video. It's coming up.
Let's go.
All right.